Everybody, it's Sarah. Coming to you today. Just thought I would do my week 1 update with you. I know I am doing these updates in the car all the time, but it's like the only time that you have available. So just to go over everything. Like I said, my name is Sarah. I'm 30 years old. My height, I am 5'10". My highest weight recorded was 412. Surgery weight was 398.6. Current weight is 378.4, excuse me. 378.4. My surgery was Friday, November 11th at the St. Francis Hospital in Memphis, and my surgeon's name was Dr. Robert Wagner, and he is with the St. Francis Weight Center in Memphis. So current weight 378. So that's I'm sorry. I'm not going to do your math and be like, I lost blah, 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 blah pounds. Anyway, so that's a loss of 20 pounds. 20, I guess it's 20.2, huh? Yeah. 20.2 pounds. So yeah, in a week, that's fun. I don't really know what to say. I tell y'all what though, this first part of the diet. So to go over my surgery and everything, let's start there. So I went in surgery day. I have one clip of that day, and that's us arriving, which I'll insert right here. Hey everybody, it's Sarah. Coming to you at like 5:45 in the morning. We're at the hospital currently, St. Francis. I don't know if you can see that. Yay! Gonna get my surgery. Yay. Had to be here at 6:30, but since we live so far away, we weren't quite sure like how traffic was going to be, because there's got some construction on the main interstate to the hospital, so I wasn't quite sure how traffic was going to be, because it's questionable every day. So we're here super early and whatever, so I just thought I would come and make a little video, kind of, you know, do the introduction and make little snippets all day, just so everybody can, you know, see how, you know, surgery day went and stuff. But I just come in and I'll see y'all later. So we arrived, and you know, I went up to like they had like I had to go to same day surgery. And they had just little rooms with little gurneys and a chair for weird. And we had to wait there. And we waited for so long. Like, I had to be there at 6:30. And, like, nobody saw me, started drawing blood, took my urine. None of that. Nobody did anything until, like, I think it was, like, 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was like, why did we have to be here so early? I don't know. So we waited there. I mean, I was all naked and everything in my gown with this little silver hat on, thinking like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go back real quick. No, it was a wait. Boo on that. So, they did all the, you know, immediate thing. I went back to the like pre-op holding area, and that's where I met the anesthesiologist, the nurse anesthetist, and And, they asked me the questions, like, about, nausea and stuff like that. I told them everything. So they gave me the little patch behind the ear thing. And for the life of me, cannot remember what that thing is called. But, so I got that. And then I see my surgeon. We were ready to go. I got back there. I wasn't like in the operating room lucid for very long. They told me to like breathe, some oxygen for a little bit, and then I was out. I probably breathed like 4 times and I was gone. So after that, of course, the surgery happened, and I went to, recovery, and I was probably the most obnoxious person, because I don't know what they had me on, but I remember all of what I did, but at the time could not control myself. I just remember waking up and like yelling at everybody, like, hey, what you doing? Come here. Like, that's not me. And there was a guy beside me. At least I think he was beside me. More on that in a minute. It was snoring, like, so loud. And I was talking to him like he could hear me, telling him that he needs to go get a sleep study done because his sleep apnea was way out of control. Man was, like, out. Like, he did not hear me. He didn't hear me. But I sure was talking to him like he heard me. And then I kept talking to the nurses and was like, y'all talked to my husband yet? And they're like, yeah, we talked to him. And I was like, y'all tell him I won't wait. And then she's like, yeah, we told him. And, I was like, good. But he already probably knew, 'cause he's Batman. And then apparently I was a vampire. I told them I was a vampire. Like, right after I said that, like, I said, he's the Batman, and I'm a vampire. Like, where does that come from? And, so I kept hollering to them, like, asking them what they were doing, like, I don't know, like, they're working, duh, why are you shut up, So then apparently an hour has passed, but I had no clue an hour had passed. I thought only like 5 minutes had passed. We're going up to the room, and the nurse says, here's Batman, and I'm like, hey, Batman, and I'm waving to who I think is my husband, right? Apparently I'm waving at a wall. There was no one there. And he is asking the nurse, what is she doing? Why is she waving over there? How long is she going to be like that? And the nurse is like, oh, she'll be like that for a little while. So I'm like loopy out my head, right? Crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been through surgery before, twice. I don't remember doing any of this. I don't remember. So, I don't know. It may be just a drug that they gave me this time. Had me, crazy. Oh, truck. Did you miss the truck? Missed the driveway. So yeah. Waved to a wall, which is why I said the guy that was snoring, I think, may have been beside me over here, but he may not have been. He probably was. I don't even know, but he sounded like he was right here beside me, but he may not have been. I don't know. There's like a truck pulling in, and it looks like it's gonna run over everything. And over a truck, another truck. I guess it's good though. So then I go back up to my room, and I sleep for a little while. Then they get me up. This is about 8 o'clock that night. They get me up in the chair, and I sit up in the chair for about an hour or two, and then I ask for some pain medicine, go to sleep, wake up super early. This is the bad thing about the hospital. I don't know if it's this hospital, but any hospital. I'm a diva when it comes to my sleep and like my bed and stuff like that. Like I brought my own pillows, hoping that it would be good. But I was very uncomfortable. Like my back was hurting really bad. And then like when the air that they put in your stomach, when it settles for me, it settles in my shoulders. And it hurts so bad. So I had that pain. I had my back pain because of the bed that I was in. And, I mean, like, my stomach didn't really hurt. Like, the incisions didn't hurt. It does, like, when people say that it feels like you've done a lot of crunches, that is kind of true. You're sore. Like, it's not a pain. It's not, like, sharp pain. It's just really sore. But I was pretty good, as far as, that's concerned. I was, it was really good. It was pretty good. So that was, okay, so this is starting Saturday. They had me get up and walk. I was up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, because I was in so much pain. I was walking then. Like I was walking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I started walking. And, then the like PT lady, she came and she walked with me a little bit, and I told her I'd already been up walking, and she was like, oh, well, that's good. She's like, but for today, and like, I just want I want someone with you while you're walking. And I was like, yeah.
So I'm going to finish up the rest of that story. Basically, I spent the next few days, getting up, walking, trying to get my fluids in and everything. They did lab work on me every day that I was there, and my surgery was on a Friday. I was there Saturday, and then Sunday was my day I was supposed to leave. Well, Saturday, my lab work had came back abnormal, so they told me that if it didn't change, I would have to stay another day. Wonderful. I still was getting in all of my fluids and all of that, trying to, I stayed on a clear liquids, the whole, water only, actually. I stayed water only the whole time I was in the hospital. I never got, a tray from the kitchen, from dietary. I never got a tray. I only could drink water. Basically my lab work that came back was my lactic acid levels were high, something else was high too. I don't remember what the other one was. And then I had loose bowel movements, which I guess it didn't bother me, because I know how my body works anyway, and I had already had, like I told them that too, I had already had loose bowel movements before surgery. Like that morning when I went in, I had a loose bowel movement, and so I told them that, and they still thought it triggered a sepsis, like that plus my labs. had triggered a sepsis flag or whatever. So then I had to go through that whole routine. So I still had to stay on IVs. I had IV antibiotics prophylactically. Like I said, I could only have the water. I couldn't have anything else. And what else? I had the cath was taken out. I did have a drain. But you know, basically I stayed pretty much out that way the whole time, like hooked up to an IV, you know, all of that jazz. And oh my God, I wanted to go home so bad. I really did. Like, I wasn't hungry or anything, you know, the water was fine. Late Sunday, they did allow me to have a protein shake from the hospital, which is like OptiSource. Bleh, nasty. It was like chalky and thick and gross, and the Walgreens wasn't open on Sunday. So my husband, he couldn't get me, like, you know, a Premier Protein or anything like that. So I suggest take you a Premier Protein just in case. I didn't, because I didn't think I'd need one. I didn't, you know, I thought like I would have trays from Dietary. So take you one just in case. One should be enough. Because I barely even, like, one, it was gross. And two, like, I got full really quickly. I literally probably only, it took me a long time to get 2 ounces down. That was over some hours. Like, I still had the same container, like Monday. I couldn't do it. The water was fine. It took me a little while to sip water. I could probably get an ounce down in about 10 or 15 minutes. It was slow going for me. It's not like that I hurt or anything like that. I really didn't have much pain. It really just felt like, you know, somebody had punched me in the gut, but like my throat didn't hurt or anything like that. It was just like you feel full very quickly, like very quickly. And I didn't have any problems with cold water. I know some people do have an issue with that. I didn't have problem with cold water. I would, like, because I like cold water, I like ice water, but I would let it get, not to room temperature, because then it would not be good, but I would take the chill off just a little bit, and it was fine. It felt really nice, actually. So like I said, I stayed there all day Saturday. Sunday I was supposed to go, but they told me I couldn't, so I was there all day Sunday. And then Monday was the, you know, deciding day. Basically, I had my surgeon who was looking over my labs. I also had the attending doctor of the hospital who was looking at my labs and everything, and they were discussing together whether it was okay. My surgeon said if that doctor said it was okay, I could go Monday, then that was fine. I was there until probably about noon when the doctor, the attending doctor did come in, and he said that everything looked okay and that, you know, he had no problems with me going home. So yay! I got to go home. I got discharged then and got all my paperwork and stuff, and I officially left the hospital about 1:30. And headed back home. I had my prescriptions for my pain medicine, my omeprazole, and Zofran for nausea. We went and got those filled at my local pharmacy, and I will say though, so when when I came home, because we live an hour, like I said before, we live an hour away from the hospital. So I had to also go get my daughter. So we came back home to my hometown, and we also had to get my daughter from my mom's house. And then we had to wait on my prescriptions, and then like my daughter was hungry, my husband was hungry, so they got something to eat. And then we went back home, and I probably was in the car for like 4 or 5 hours. And by the time I got home, I was sore, like real sore, like I was exhausted. So, that was probably the one day I took pain medication. I really didn't take it. No, what my best friend was the Zofran. But then, you know, so, I got home and I settled in, I take my pain medicine, and I was out for the night. So, yeah, and my husband was totally geared up to, you know, get my daughter ready for school the next day and all that stuff. So, that's what he did. And like I said, you know, I was good. I was fine. I didn't have any trouble whatsoever, with pain or anything like that. I came home with the drain, and, they had told me on my next appointment that I would get that taken out. So that's going to lead into the next video, which is going to be weeks 1 through 4. Thank y'all for watching, and you have a good day. Bye-bye.